Oops. Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to our 5th wellness workshop. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. I'm so excited. We have a fun, interactive program for you guys all. We're going to be talking about alternative dessert options for our sugar lovers. We'll also touch on portion control and showcase some tips and tricks, some of which we've already discussed at a previous workshop. So for those of you who are new, my name is Korsha Wersham. I'm a Dr. Sears certified health coach, and let's get started. So my goal for you today is to leave here knowing that you can still indulge in your sweet tooth. Tonight, we'll just share healthier alternatives that you can buy at your local grocery store. But before we get started, I know some of you guys are driving, so we do have a quick poll for you guys. I'll say it out loud. And then for those who are driving, you can just say your answer. But for those who are on the screen, I'll pull the poll up really quick. 1 second. So the poll is, are you familiar with the term sugar alcohol? Yes or no?
I still answered it. Don't ever do this.
Drive safe.
I am. I got my eye on the road.
Oh my God. Okay, so Tanisha, I know you're just jumping in right now, but we're doing our first poll. If you want to take it some quick time, the question is, are you familiar with the term sugar alcohol? Yes or no? Okay, Chloe down. Chloe down. Okay, so I'm gonna end the poll right here. So it looks like the majority of you guys are not familiar with the term sugar alcohol. So I'll kind of go into it right now. According to Healthline, sugar alcohol closely resembles the taste of sugar, but here's the big kicker. It does not produce the same concerns as sugar does have on our health, like dental health, weight gain, and diabetes. In fact, sugar alcohol are reduced calorie sweeteners. And on the screen above, so let me move this so you guys can see it. On the screen, the number one top sugar alcohol that can be found in your local grocery store is called erythritol. I'm going to mispronounce that, but that's what it's called. It's a great alternative for our sugar lovers. You can find it at Ralph's, Albertsons, Whole Foods, and Sprouts for as low as $4.99. This can be used for at-home baking. You can sprinkle this in your coffee or your tea. And the great thing about that is it's very low in carbs. So you'll also note that if you look at nutrition labels in low carb foods or ketogenic products, a lot of the you'll see erythritol or sugar alcohol into it just because it doesn't affect our blood sugar levels. And then I'll stop right here. Does anybody have any questions so far?
Nope.
Okay.
That's not like stevia or anything like that, right?
Oh, well, so there's a difference, and we'll kind of go into it really the next one, but stevia is a plant-based sweetener, and so sugar alcohol is different than that because stevia derives from the plant, and then erythritol can be found in food products, but it's mostly like in fruits and like and some like carb like foods, but it's mostly like manufactured to and that's why it's like you can buy it at your local grocery store like a regular bag.
So that's still healthier than stevia. Is that what you're saying?
Actually no. So stevia and sugar alcohol are kind of like at the same like level type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they both of them like are very good. They're very great substitutes. They don't like decay your teeth. They don't actually affect your blood sugar level. They don't raise it because erythritol is a 0 calorie, 0 net carbs actually. And then erythritol is a carbohydrate, and it's mostly absorbed through our bloodstream, so it's passed out through like your urine, so it doesn't affect any of your blood sugar levels, doesn't raise it at all. And similar to stevia, it's the same concept. And then, so going into it, the next substitute for sugar would be stevia, which is a plant-based sweetener. It's something that it's widely seen in grocery stores and coffee stores. Some brands of stevia include stevia and the raw or trivia. So stevia also has like no calories, and then it can also be used for baking. Just note that stevia is higher, it tastes more, it's like significantly sweeter than sugar. So just kind of like keep that in mind when you're doing baking. And then for erythritol, it's very has a bitter taste. So you would need to add more to get that sugar taste. But is there any other questions before I move forward? Okay, so here are 3 other healthier sweeteners that Dr. Sear suggests that we use just because we never really outgrow our sweet tooth. I kind of wanted to introduce cinnamon, agave nectar, and then some fruit toppings like blueberries. Before we get started, I do have another poll for you guys. So and this one's, you're gonna have to type something. So I'll just say it out loud for people who are driving. So what are some recipes or ways that you're currently using, either using with cinnamon or agave nectar or fruit toppings that you want to share? You can just kind of like jot some things down and we can share and collaborate with people. And then as you're kind of doing that, cinnamon just has really great health benefits for you as well. So I'm just like let you guys talk.
Honey for me.
Honey. Yeah, and so honey, okay, so that's a good thing because it was kind of in the list of like sugars that you shouldn't eat, and that's why they kind of gave agave nectar as like a good substitute. There was like 157.
So honey is not healthy. Great.
I don't want to say it's like not healthy, but they do prefer, like they recommend agave nectar in place of honey.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so I'll give
Is the
you
agave nectar the one that we get at Costco?
I don't know what you get at Costco, but if it is agave nectar, that probably is from Costco. Okay, so I'm gonna end this poll and then share what other people wrote. Oops. Leave the details. Oh, share results. Oh, okay. So someone said, I use cinnamon on my French toast and also fruit toppings when available. I always put mango on it. That's wonderful. That's great. Coffee and oatmeal, and then cinnamon is my nickname. I use it in my coffee. I use it in all 3 in my oatmeal. That's great. I'm gonna have to figure out later whose nickname that is. So I'm going to stop the share and then let me pull up the presentation one more time. Where'd it go? Where's my Canva? Okay. Okay, so I really admire all those recipes, tips and tricks that you guys just included. It's so nice to see that you guys are already doing all the things that you kind of already know all this stuff. Let me give you guys some health benefits to keep encouraging you to keep doing this stuff. So by incorporating these sweet substitutes, you're improving your gum health. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay. Sugar, alcohol, plant-based sweeteners, fruit toppings have a positive effect on our oral health by reducing the risk of tooth decay. Second, it promotes good gut health, similar to our last workshop where we talked about ways to improve our gut health by remembering to get foods and drinks that that have carbs partners like fiber and protein, it's way better for you versus eating junk carbs. So I have another poll for you guys. Let me pull it up really quickly. No, it's not letting me. Maybe that's not letting me do that. Okay, so it's not letting, unfortunately, it's not letting me pull up the poll, but I'll just say it to you guys and you can kind of just say it out loud. So the poll is, does sweetened beverages like soda make you full? Yes or no? You can just say your answer out loud.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So everyone thinks sweetened beverages like soda makes you full? Okay, so the answer actually is no. So according to Dr. Sears, surprisingly, the calories from soda does not register in our body that you've eaten all day. So it doesn't contribute to any of your satiety levels. So just by drinking that, you're just getting empty carbs, and you really want to strive for carbs that have partners like we talked about, protein and fiber. Those really make for better carbs for yourself. So, and that's another way to improve your gut health is by eating carbs like that. But yeah, surprisingly, soda does not make you full. How does that make everyone feel knowing that now?
No wonder why I'm never full, because I only drink soda.
Like,
We don't really drink soda, so
oh, good. Good.
but I like it.
Yeah. Like it's good like
But-
on occasion type of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So that's perfect. And then going back to the soda analogy, by drinking less soda, you can also have better joint health. So for the people who aren't drinking soda, do you experience a good joint health right now, or is that something that you want to improve?
Definitely not.
Okay.
But that's another story. I don't think it's from soda though.
Yeah, it's probably not from soda, but it's probably from like other like simple
Sweets,
yeah,
donuts.
some sweets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, and so some like the thing that makes soda so fizzy is it's a type of acid, and that kind of gets in our bloodstreams and that leaches like calcium from our bones. So that's kind of all I have on the benefits of like lean carbs and like some alternative like sweet desserts. I'm gonna go into a little bit later. I'll give you guys some examples of what you can do instead of this, and then you can try that. But before we go on to the next topic of portion control, is there any information that we just discussed that has struck out to you while we were talking?
Yeah, just that honey information.
And then you're still hooked on the honey. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's like a terrible like sugar, but definitely there's better alternatives for you out there. Like agave nectar. Have you tried agave nectar at all?
Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried it. I think it's the one from Costco.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put it in like because I do like overnight oats.
Ooh. Wait, how do you want to share how you make those overnight oats really quickly?
So I just put like I just put oats in about 2/3
Mhm.
of oats, and then a cup of whatever milk that you want to use. I usually use non-fat milk.
Mhm.
And then I just add I like bananas in it because it just gives it that
Ooh.
sweetness.
Yeah.
I'm not really into strawberries or all that, but you could add strawberries and then walnuts,
Ooh.
a little bit of peanut butter, and then I put honey, you know,
Mhm.
just a little bit of sweetener. But I guess the bananas, if it's ripe, it gives you the sweetness already. But yeah, I try to do that to
Oh,
get me through the day.
that sounds amazing. I want to eat that right now. It's
Luella,
really good.
Yeah.
Luella,
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
time try instead of peanut butter and honey, try a spoonful of Nutella. It's amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna try that for the girls.
Yeah,
Because I
so
try,
good.
make them lunch and stuff, and they like that, but I think they'll enjoy it with Nutella better.
It's
Wait,
so
Auntie,
good. I'll try
Natalie,
that.
You might as well try waffles with Nutella and whipped cream, okay?
wait, guys, I didn't know.
Or croissants. Or those croissants with Nutella.
I don't know if I can approve this message of the Nutella because we're trying to talk.
Okay, we're getting off topic. Huh? We're getting off topic.
But I like that. Like that's a
Hazelnut.
good.
I know, right?
Oh my God. Okay. So before we end tonight's session, I wanted to give you guys your last poll. Unfortunately, my poll is not going up on the screen, but I'll just ask you guys right now. How would you define the term portion control? And do you feel that it has a negative effect or a positive effect?
What is it?
Portion control?
Oh gosh.
Do you feel like it's like negative, like a negative term?
No, but am I
No, it's
do
just
I
hard to
follow
follow.
it? No. It's a good positive term for sure. But I get a lot of portions, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no portion control.
Yeah, me neither.
I eat when I'm full. Like if I'm not full, I'll keep eating.
I'll keep eating until I want to throw up.
Well, okay, the good thing about it is that we've throughout all these workshops that we've talked about, we've had 5, but throughout all the workshops, we've kind of touched on portion control or just kind of like a different way of looking at it. Like it's not necessarily like, oh, okay, like you have to be such a restrictive diet, but just kind of giving like other ways to simplify your eating habits. So let me go on to the next slide. So this is kind of like this is the last thing I had for you guys, but can you see it or is anything being covered? Okay.
I see
I
it.
can see it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this is kind of like
Yeah.
this is kind of like our concept of like portion control, like where it's not so restrictive, where you don't feel like you're like overeating, but there's just maybe like healthier alternatives. So instead of soda, we're suggesting maybe do 1 part juice and 4 parts sparkling water, just so you can get that like bubbly taste to it. And then for sweetened yogurt, try maybe a plain Greek yogurt and then putting those blueberries, agave nectar, or even like the oatmeal that you guys suggested. That's a really good idea. The overnight oats is a great idea as well. And then, one second. Oh, someone put a chat. Oh, someone said, I feel like it's a positive thing if you look at it. It's just a way to discipline yourself for a particular goal. And that's a amazing definition of portion control. Like it's all about like how you see it and just kind of like reframing your mindset about it. That's why like I don't want to introduce like a restrictive like place you can only have like 4 grams of carbs or whatever, but like instead of portion control, let's like think of like, okay, instead of this I can do this instead. So like yeah, so then like instead of like white bread you can have like 100% like whole grain bread. But with that, I wanted to pause here if there was any other questions just about this activity.
I think it's a lot harder for like adults like my age, like in our 40s, to lose the weight even if we like cut down certain things.
And why do you feel that way?
I don't know, because I don't really drink soda, or maybe it's my coffee, but I don't even drink sweet coffee. I only drink water. I don't think I drink enough water actually. Maybe that's it.
No, well, and then, but I also remember like at our last workshop that you mentioned that you were implementing like doing salads in your lunchtime. Like, how is that going for you right now?
Well, I think I need, just like what you were saying, maybe part of that is I need to snack a little more, because like the salad doesn't really fill you up. I don't think I eat enough protein.
Have you tried, and then have you considered, I know we talked about the last workshop, like protein, like it could be like tofu, it could be like shrimp. Have you tried adding that into your salad at all? Like,
no. Oh, nuts?
Nuts is a great example. Quinoa would be great if you want to add it to your salad spring mix.
Gorgonzola, it's like putting cheese good, like gorgonzola, or is that bad?
You can add your cheese. Like it's all about, like cheese is like a yellow light food. It's like just to have it in moderation. You can have it every day, but just have it in that's where that discipline is like key. If you just like do that. But yeah, like trying like adding like different proteins into it, even adding like some fruits if you wanted to add that into your salad. Like I didn't tell you guys this, but in one of my other coaching calls, one of the girls was really interested in like learning about like food benefits that really have like positive effect on your skin. And one of like an anti-aging salad that we talked about was like like putting baby spinach, walnuts, and then pomegranate seeds. Those all produce like collagen in your skin. They also help protect your skin from like sun exposure, pollution. So that's kind of like our anti-aging salad. But you can kind of like be really creative like with the salads on top of that too. But yeah. Was there any other questions?
No, maybe you just need to message me what you're eating every day.
I really want to start doing more like cooking videos because that kind of like fell off. But today,
You should though.
yeah, today I did this like lion mane wonton. So lion's mane is actually it's a mushroom, and so it tastes exactly like seafood, like shrimp. So we like you just like it was like super easy to do. Like you just do like half of a lion's mane, red bell pepper, and some cream cheese, and you blend it, and you just put it on the wonton paper and you fry it, and it was like just amazing. But yeah, so like that there's just so many different alternatives on like foods.
Do
And like,
you look up all your recipes and stuff?
yeah, I like follow a lot of like people who are like vegan and like and just like different like alternatives. Like even the other day I tried like this jackfruit. That was like kind of like the meat version. It's like a jackfruit barbecue, and it tasted exactly like barbecue. It tasted like pork, but it's actually jackfruit instead. And then another one that I had recently was it was like a mushroom taco as well, but it was just like portobello mushroom tacos, and it was really good. There's just like a lot of different things that you can do with mushrooms. There's a lot of variety. And then cauliflower too, but everyone's probably tapped out of cauliflower and hearing the mac and cheese cauliflower. But yeah, there's just a lot of things, and it's honestly just like baby steps. Like we don't expect you guys to like make these drastic changes, especially like, you know, like as you are older, this is something that you're used to, but just being open. And then just kind of going to our next one. This is another like a reframing of like portion control. Like we've already talked about, like, instead of this, try this. The pink arrows, like that's kind of like everything that we've talked about in our like last workshops, like eating the 16 superfoods. There's just so many options. Like when you're trying to be a little bit more healthier. We haven't talked about going fish, which means like go fish, which means like eating salmon at least twice a week, because it boosts like your immunity, has a really good like it has really good benefits. They say like the people who eat less salmon are like the least depressed. And then we have like when I decided like give yourself an oil change, that's like changing out like processed oils to olive oil, flaxseed oil, those type of things. We've already talked about like grazing, snack smart eating, enjoying smoothies. And then we went over at the last workshop how to read a nutrition label and then avoid the bad words. But these are kind of like some ideas of like when you think about portion control, you can think about these things that we've talked about in our last workshops. But is there any questions? I know I kind of like went on a whole talk, but what do you guys think? What's your thoughts on this stuff?
That's great information. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you. Okay. And then is there anybody else before we end it? I like to keep these like short and sweet. Don't want to overload you like with a lot of information on it. Is there anything, do you have any comments that anybody has?
Oh, good job.
Yay. Okay, well, all right. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to post this on YouTube, and it'll be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcast. All right, I'll see you guys at the next one. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Yay.
Bye.